Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Anybody out there listening want some good news having to do with XRP and Ripple and real world adoption of XRP as a bridge currency? Everybody raising their hand out there? I'll tell you what, I was happy to see some good news on this topic. Here's a headline from You Today. Ripple partner FlashFX to open new on-demand liquidity corridors. And although I acknowledge that today people are not sufficiently parsing out the differences between cryptocurrencies, resulting in the whole cryptocurrency asset class in terms of market price to just in a general sense move together, led by Bitcoin, of course. Even though I acknowledge that's true, I don't believe for a moment that will always be the case. To me, that's just an indication of the degree to which we're in a nascent asset class, but maturation absolutely, undoubtedly will be more notable than it is today, let's say. I think that you'll have an exponential increase at some point on the maturation side. And what that will mean for any cryptocurrency is that simply, if there isn't promise to your future, you're going to go the way of the dodo, my favorite extinct avian creature. But even more pressing than that ultimately will be, is your cryptocurrency doing something today to solve a real world problem? If the answer is no, you're gonna lose it. And so for me, XRP solving a real world problem, I'll be happy to support it so long as it is offering true utility. The moment that I see that this even though there's real world utility today, the moment I see that it doesn't look like this is going to be long-term viable, if that ever happens, I'll be out. I'll be happy to say it on the channel here, and I'll still be bullish for the crypto asset class, but I don't see that. What I see is the continued adoption of XRP as a bridge currency, as well as other multiple use cases getting built out. And so to me, that's exciting because I don't want to sell all of my XRP ever. Now, if we see some of the high price targets that some analysts are calling for this market cycle, yes, I'll sell a ton of my XRP, fine, because I'll need to adjust my risk exposure. I think that's perfectly rational and logical. And it's okay to realize profits on top of all of that, but I'll still keep something because it's too fun to track this, and as long as there's real world opportunity, for sure. And so I do want to be clear too, like, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who likes talking about Ripple and XRP and crypto, and I make YouTube videos on such topics as a result. Take a look at this. This piece in front of you right now, though, I'll get to the one that was that's most recently posted, but I want to briefly touch on this one from News Logical titled, FlashFX, Market Still Does Not Understand the Value of XRP. And that was February 1st, 2020, so it's been over a year at this point, and I would argue just a year later, the market still does not sufficiently value XRP. If anything, people have been distancing themselves from it further, as a result of the SEC going after Ripple, claiming that XRP today is a security, and that's not surprising, right? But to me, that just seems like an artificial suppression of not just the market price, but actual real-world adoption, which is why it is neat to see that despite that, XRP, way up from its local bottom after the scary news, its local, the recent bottom in December, 17 cents, and today, whatever, I didn't look before recording, it's approaching 50 cents, obviously. But it is true that it has hampered adoption. We know that MoneyGram and Ripple have decided to part ways, at least for now, because with the legal ambiguity, they can't, in some sort of safe fashion, move forward. And so they both agreed. It was a polite departure to the degree that can be possible. And so even so, you lose some utility there, but there are other individuals, other businesses in the space that are increasing utility. And so Nicholas Steiger, the co-founder of FlashFX, an international money transfer platform making use of Ripple's on-demand liquidity, has said, despite the effort pulled by Ripple Inc. Labs, XRP is an undervalued digital asset. And here's a quote. The good news over the past year highlighted that the market still does not yet understand the value of XRP and what it's trying to do and achieve. Steiger made the note during an online Ask Me Anything session on XRP Chat. FlashFX makes use of Ripple's on-demand liquidity, a remittance solution dependent on an XRP token, to send money abroad using highly lower transaction rates compared to what SWIFT and other traditional financial institutions offer. And the quote, although they already kind of hinted at it enough at the beginning part of the piece, I think it was down here if I can find it quickly. Yeah, here we go. This is the CEO of FlashFX who wrote, or said rather, all the good news over the past year highlighted that the market still does not yet understand the value of XRP and what it's trying to do and achieve. Which is why I always go back to this idea of, look, if there's a real world problem being solved, that represents utility. And if a cryptocurrency has utility, it deserves to be traded in perpetuity in open markets. And so as long as it's happening, you can just imagine if XRP is really going to be here decades from now and functionally used, I can only imagine what the market will decide the price would be. But suffice it to say, substantially higher than it is today, assuming it does continue to be adopted. That would be my suspicion. That's my unprofessional opinion. Moving on to this brand new piece, though. Ripple partner FlashFX to open new on-demand liquidity corridors. Again, this is happening despite all of the roadblocks put up by the SEC. They see utility. They're moving forward. In a recent tweet, Ripple's longtime partner FlashFX has confirmed that it's working on new on-demand liquidity corridors. FlashFX joined the global RippleNet network back in September 2017, becoming Australia's first company to leverage blockchain technology for cross-border payments. And what have I always been saying, by the way? All the customers that join RippleNet, even if they're not utilizing on-demand liquidity, meaning they're not utilizing XRP today, they're potential customers that could potentially, well, they're actual customers that could potentially utilize XRP as a bridge asset in the future. But they can't if there aren't corridors built out, and there is only a handful of corridors existing on the planet today on RippleNet utilizing on-demand liquidity. So if it's not there, you can't functionally use it. And so think about this. FlashFX joined RippleNet September 2017. This was before on-demand liquidity, which was then known as XRapid, by the way. It was before on-demand liquidity was in production. It didn't enter production until the beginning of October 2018. And so that was an actual RippleNet customer who had the potential to utilize XRP as a bridge currency and ultimately did. And so what the idea I'm positing here is that you will see more and more of this as corridors get built out, so long as there continues to be real world utility here. Now, during Ripple's third annual Swell conference in 2019, Ripple announced that FlashFX was among the first adopters of its on-demand liquidity solution. Last year, FlashFX CEO Nicholas Steiger mentioned that it solves a real-world problem in an interview. And here's a quote: "It's not a scam. It solves a real-world problem. It solves a real use case that I've been believing in for a long time." Well, how about that? So at least some people, even if they are recognizing the importance of real-world utility, even if retail speculators in the crypto asset class are just looking to make a quick buck here, some people care about this. And I actually do. I'm just recognizing that humans don't sufficiently care today, but it still matters to me. It does. And that's why I'm going to be involved in crypto for the rest of my life. It's too interesting and engaging. The opportunity's really there. And still, I believe not enough people are paying attention to this stuff, which is why I'd also say kudos to you if you're listening to this YouTube channel. Not just because it's the Moon Lambo channel, which is the best channel on all of YouTube. Not just because of that, but because, more appropriately, because you're engaged in crypto. You're making yourself aware. You're on the cutting edge. That's good. And the piece continues, the on-demand liquidity foreign exchange trading platform utilizes the XRP cryptocurrency for bridging fiat currencies, thus providing fast and affordable payments. In February, Ashish Burla, the general manager of RippleNet, claimed that new on-demand liquidity partners would be announced soon, both in the US and abroad. And so think about that. Again, this is after the scary SEC news that they're going after Ripple. In February this year, Ashish Burla, the GM of RippleNet, has stated that there are new on-demand liquidity customers that are coming on board. So, there are aspects that aren't so hot. Obviously, the artificially low XRP price. Obviously, just in certain areas of the globe, you're seeing real-world adoption of on-demand liquidity be hindered. I got it. But there are areas where things are expanding also. And there are people also that saw the scary price action with XRP as an opportunity. And those people, if they bought at 17 cents, I'm willing to bet they're pretty happy today, as it's, about 3 times higher than that. So we'll see here. But anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap up there. But thank you so much for stopping by, my friends. I really do appreciate all of the support. And it's been one hell of a ride running this Moon Lambo channel. But I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.